Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So, in this video I'm going to actually reveal to you guys a truth that I did not know until today, that I had not actually discovered the reason behind until today. Shout out to Payne, who me and him went back and forward a little bit, and actually through sharing screenshots with each other we were able to discover exactly the cause behind this. But as you guys know, I put out videos every single time a new trial comes out, okay? And I often get the same question, and that question is, why is your trial different from my trial? Why do you have more power than me, okay? Now I've done this before. I've gone into my free-to-play account and I've beaten the trials using the same team that I use on my main account, right? But I've never been able to get to the bottom of, is it actually harder for free-to-play players to beat these trials? Because to be honest, they're trials, okay? Everyone is supposed to get an experience where they get to try out a unit, see how a unit is on an equal playing field, and you go through these stages. We should all be getting the same experience. And today, definitively, we've discovered why you don't. And you don't. These trials are harder if you are free to play. 100% can confirm that to you right now. And I'm going to show you why. There's two reasons. One, and this is one of the reasons that I have more power, which I didn't know until today, is this affects the trials. It shouldn't affect the trials, but this affects the trials. Not only does this affect the trials, if we go in and have a look, and if we click on a bookie, look down here. Some of the bookies' bonds. Not everyone gets the same experience on the bonds. This dictates your power. So if we look here at these units, now on this particular one it's okay for me because I have all these units, right? But if you look, you can see Vega's at 1 star, Poison's at 5 stars, Summer Yang's at 3 stars, and Zangief is at 5 stars. So remember, the two to remember is Vega being at 1 star and Summer Yang being at 3 stars. Now if you go and look at my box, Summer Yang 3 stars, Vega 1 star. Your individual box is affecting the power of the units on the trial, okay? So that is what is making this event different for different people. So it doesn't matter if you watch a video from me, a video from Payne, a video from Rokage, Pika, whatever. We all have different boxes and we all have different dupes and different dupe levels. So we are all going to have different power levels. Now that means that if you are a pure free... One thing that doesn't change, however, is this. Everyone has the same enemy power level. So if you are a pure free-to-play player, what it means is these trials are harder for you as a player. Now, personally I think that's extremely unfair. I don't think that's right. I think it might even potentially be a bug, right? Because there's no reason for it, because these trials are supposed to be the same for everyone, right? That is what the essence of these trials are. You see these units at 240, so not too over leveled, not too under leveled, and everyone who goes in and tries these units out should be experiencing the same thing. So we should all be getting the same challenges, right? Just going to go in here and do this. We should all be getting the same challenges. We shouldn't be facing different things. We shouldn't be fighting harder enemies. We shouldn't be fighting easier enemies. It should all be the same, right? Across the board. And this would explain a lot of things, like why do some people feel like, wait a minute, why did you get first strike and I didn't get first strike? Or why did that team work for you and I've done it maybe 40 times and I've never been able to clear it with that team? That is because, quite simply, you most likely do not have dupes in characters who are not even in the trial, right? So what do I think about this? I think it's extremely unfair. Extremely unfair. Like, you have very limited ways to get resources in this game. You have very limited ways to get rewards in this game, and the trials is something that's pretty good for people to actually get some tickets, whether it be divination tickets, whether it be purple tickets, whether it be special summoning tickets. It doesn't really matter. They are a sort of a baked in way in a very small pool of ways that you can get yourself some rewards within these new summons or banners or whatever. And the fact that if we look here, they're all 5 stars. In fact, we can look at every single one of the characters. Like, I could go through every one of these stages and check, right? So if we click here, she's got units. You can see there's various star levels. There's 1 stars, there's 3 stars. If we go to this guy, no, it needs to be somebody new, right? So if we go to, I know, one of these stages have Sagat. Is it this one that's got Sagat? We'll check just now. Yes, click Sagat. There you go. I don't have Athlete Chun-Li, so Athlete Chun-Li is missing from me altogether. So now if we click here, you'll see I don't have that bond, right? I do not have that bond at all. So what that's actually doing is, I believe it means that I do not then trigger the rest of these bonds, because you need one then the other then the other. Like, as you can see here, it's not unlocking the rest of the bonds. So for a lot of you guys, you're not going to have a lot of these units, because I realise a lot of people watching videos like this and on other channels, you don't necessarily have all the units. That's why you need these videos, because you're not used to using a lot of these units. So the fact that you basically are handed a, I want to say, a handicapped experience that's making things more difficult for you, I just think that's extremely unfair. Like, it might possibly be one of the most unfair things I've seen in this game to date, and I've seen a lot of unfair things in this game, and this has shook me a little bit, to be honest. I don't see how this can be deliberate, because again, they're trying to sell the unit. So by putting a bookie in here, if you didn't have Vega, you're not going to see how good a bookie is, because by not having Vega, you're not going to get all these other things, and you're not going to see how good of a unit she actually is, which might explain why some people have said, oh wait, a bookie wasn't that good in trial, you know? So I think this is appalling. I actually think this is absolutely appalling. I really hope that this is a bug. I'm going to now raise this as an issue, because I really do hope that this is not intentional, because if this is intentional, it is super scummy in my opinion, and I'm sorry guys, but whenever, like I say, any content creator does these guides for you, it is really dictated by their box what the guide's going to be like, because unfortunately, these bonds are having an effect, and I really don't think they should. If it turns out it is a bug and it's going to get fixed, then I will let you guys know. I'm so sorry it's taken so long to get to the bottom of this, but there's your answer. These trials are harder for free-to-play players. It's ridiculous. Anyway, see you later.